Candles flickered in antique holders as a long table stretched across the room, filled with figures cloaked in deep red, their faces hidden. The air was thick with incense and control. Aisha stood firm before them. The leader's voice was smooth and commanding. "You have been chosen. You refused us before. That was unfortunate, but we don't waste assets." Aisha clenched her fists. "And if I refuse again?" A soft chuckle. "Then you will join Raghav and Raina." Her heart pounded. "But you are your grandmother's blood. You understand power. You will serve us?" As she did, Aisha remained silent. Then the test began. A man in a white suit was dragged forward, his hands bound, eyes swollen with fear. A gun was placed on the table. "Kill him," the leader ordered. Aisha's breath hitched. "Who is he?" "A traitor." She knew it was a lie. The real test wasn't about justice, it was about control. She looked at the gun, then at the man. Two choices: die as herself or live as a phantom. Her mind screamed, but a voice inside whispered, "You need to get inside. Play the game." Aisha reached for the gun and pulled the trigger. The shot echoed through the room. The man fell. Silence followed. Then the leader spoke, pleased. "Welcome to Red Phantom." Aisha forced herself to breathe. She had just stepped into hell. What's next? Will she unlock Red Phantom's secrets or lose herself in the process? Aisha sat in the dimly lit chamber, the metallic scent of gunpowder lingering on her skin. The red-cloaked figures around the table watched her in silence, shadows flickering over their hidden faces. She had passed the test, but at what cost? The leader leaned forward, his silver ring catching the candlelight. "You belong to us now, Aisha." She exhaled, steadying her voice. "What does that mean?" A slow smile. "It means you will never wonder about purpose again. You will never struggle for knowledge or power. You will never be insignificant." Her gaze flickered to the lifeless body on the floor. She had played the game, but now she had to change the rules. Weeks passed. Aisha learned the true extent of Red Phantom's reach, puppeteering governments, manipulating markets, orchestrating wars. She was given a new identity, an alias, but they underestimated her. Her grandmother's voice echoed in her mind. "You are not meant to serve. You are meant to awaken." After 11 years, the woman who once trembled at the name Red Phantom was now its revered oracle. She sat at the head of a grand circular chamber, her seat higher than the rest. Men who once sneered now bowed in silence. Her word was law. She had been tested in deception, strategy, and ruthlessness and thrived. She once believed she was infiltrating to destroy from within, but power is seductive. Aisha realized, you don't fight the beast, you become it. Then you control it. Her robes, black lined with crimson, marked her as the supreme oracle of Red Phantom. She had transformed the cult, she had become the cult. The room fell silent as Aisha placed her hands over carefully arranged documents. 13 of the world's most powerful individuals looked on. The crisis? A global economic storm was brewing. Aisha took a breath and made her first prediction. The world's markets will collapse within 2 years. Banks will fail. Civil unrest will spread across continents. Whispers erupted. Even the most seasoned members of the order looked uneasy. Lord Whitmore leaned forward and said, "That is disastrous." Aisha nodded. "And it is unavoidable, but it is also an opportunity." She let that word hang in the air, the confusion on their faces. That was her victory. "We will let the world burn, but we will decide who emerges from the ashes." Eyes widened, interest peaked. She continued, "We will collapse select institutions, but safeguard those under our control. We will orchestrate new leaders, place them where they must be. We will emerge as the saviors of civilization, and in doing so, we will own the future. Murmurs of agreement spread. Whitmore nodded slowly, a smirk replacing his concern. And how do you propose we execute this? Aisha leaned forward. Here's the plan. It was a master stroke of destruction and rebirth, but something darker lurked beneath. That night, drenched in sweat, her heart pounding, Aisha awoke from a vivid vision. A leader's assassination, a charismatic figure admired by millions, would fall in exactly 428 days. The name was unclear, but the result, global chaos. She called an emergency meeting. There is a death coming, she declared, one that will send the world into war. Tension crackled. These powerful men and women couldn't see what she saw. Someone scoffed, "You expect us to prevent a death we know nothing about?" Aisha's lips curled into a faint smile. "No, I expect us to decide who dies." Silence. Then a slow, understanding nod from the council. She laid out 3 potential targets, figures whose removal would create a vacuum. And within that vacuum, Red Phantom would rise even stronger. A decision was made. A leader's fate was sealed. Aisha once believed she was above the hunger for power. But power isn't just control. It's the ability to shape reality itself.